Next, we're going to learn about if-then-else statements. So an if-then-else statement gives a program some basic logic and some brains. And what it basically says is, if something is true, then do something. So if a statement is true, run some code. Else, if it's not true, do something else, run some different code. So this will allow the program to make decisions and do different things based off of user inputs or calculated values or whatever it may be. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on this because you can just look at the slides or the materials, but it's very important here to remember syntax. So syntax is basically referring to all the little details when you're actually coding something. It's where do the quotations go? Where do the parentheses go? Where do the semicolons go? This can be very, very painful and annoying for first-time coders, as well as for people that have been doing it for 10 or 20 years. It can create bugs in your program. It can be super frustrating to spend hours looking for a bug, only to eventually realize it was some syntax error somewhere. So make sure you pay extra careful attention to where each and every parenthesis goes and every quotation goes and where every semicolon goes. And if it's off at all, the computer isn't usually smart enough to figure out what's wrong with your code or why it's not working. Sometimes in certain types of tools, it'll highlight when something is probably wrong, so that can be helpful. But it's really important for you to focus on the details here around syntax. Again, this can be one of the most frustrating parts about learning how to code or being a professional coder. But if you just remember to focus on the details and the syntax early on, it'll save you a lot of time later on as you're programming.